Wolske. I'm a Research Associate Assistant Professor at Harris Public Policy, as well as an affiliated researcher at EPIC. And I'm an environmental psychologist by training, which basically means I'm a behavioral scientist and I study how to influence energy-related behaviors, especially at the consumer and household level. So environmental psychology is very broadly about how people interact with and are affected by their environments. And by environment, we can mean anything from the actual, literal, natural environment outside to the physical space of a building or a house, but it can also mean more conceptual and intangible environments. And there's also sort of what I just call the informational environment. So how are you learning about different energy and environment issues through the news, through your friends and family, through social media, and how do all of these different environments influence how you perceive issues, your attitudes about them, and your behavior. So I look at these types of questions mostly in the context lately of what compels people to consider solar for their homes. And I'm also deeply interested in understanding how people perceive the issue of climate change and what causes them to engage in the issue, or conversely, what causes them to disengage from it. I got really interested in energy issues probably about 10 years ago, around the same time as Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth. It was a very interesting time for people, for researchers in this behavioral space, because for the first time we were seeing tremendous momentum that people really seemed concerned about climate change. And I remember personally thinking, we're finally going to get somewhere, like there's enough of a movement building that we're going to start to see real action on this issue. And instead what we saw, and there's research showing this, is despite the fact that concern about climate change really peaked, a lot of people just felt overwhelmed and helpless to do anything about it. They were perceiving climate change as this global environmental problem that seemed far too big for them to have any real meaningful impact. And so I became really interested in understanding, well, how do we help people kind of overcome these feelings of helplessness and hopelessness and create supportive environments that help them act on their concern and make them feel like they're making a positive difference on the issue. So that's really kind of what's fueled my research over the last decade.